Today we are going to implement the Eureka server and Eureka client with our user and department microservice. What is the Eureka server? It is an application, okay, that hold the information about all client service applications, we have to register our services like a user service and department service. These two service we have, so we have to register with our Eureka server. Let's suppose we have this user microservice. Okay, 9002 is running there, and 9001 is there. Okay, and what is happening in our code here in the user service, when we are going to consume when you are going to consume this uh, department microservice inside the user microservice, then you are going to pass this URL, right? So in the future, currently it's department is running on the 9001. Okay, maybe is it the possibility someone changed the port, so that time you have to change inside this YML file also. Okay, or we are going to implement the load balancer. So at that time what will happen, this same department microservice can be run on the 9001, 9003, 9004, or whatever load balancer we will implement it, so that port number will run on for the department. And for these things, we are going to generalize this microservice name. We are not going to call this department microservice with this port number. We will give the name to the department. Whatever we will register with the Eureka server, that name we will provide there. So for implementing the Eureka server, let me show you. In the Spring Initializer, firstly you have to search for Eureka server. Okay, Eureka server will be one standalone application. It will run as a standalone application, and here only just you have to add the Eureka server dependency here. So I already downloaded here. So here is our registry, and in the pom.xml you will see there is a Eureka server dependency is there only. Okay, and this is the by default one, and our version is cloud version is this to 2021.0.0.0. So what we have to do, we have to go in the registry main class, and here we have to enable Eureka server. Okay, and another thing is we have to create a application.yml file. Then here we have to, the default port for the this Eureka server is 8761. So we are going to add server port 8761. Okay, and here we have to pass some properties of Eureka, like Eureka client, and here we have to use register with Eureka false, and fetch registry false. So by doing this we are going to do the false, because we are not going because this application should not be identify itself. That's why we make it false. But when we are going to implement in our user service and department service, then we will make it true. But before making in the user service and department service, let me add dependency this Eureka discovery client. Okay, when I explore it, so here we have to copy this Spring Cloud version. Okay, because we already implement the OpenFin, So we already implement this cloud version and dependency management in our project, so we don't need to copy again this. We have to copy this dependency only. So just paste inside the department and user microservice. So here, just paste here, because when we implement the OpenVIN, that time we already add the cloud version, Spring Cloud version, and this dependency management, so we don't need to copy again. Just run this, and in a user service also we have to add. So then like we have to add in a application.yml file here. We have to we have to give Eureka details. I just copy from here, okay, and paste it here, and we have to make it true. If we will make it false, so you will not able to see. Let me show you. Firstly, I will just run this application, Spring registry, and 8761. So this is the dashboard of Eureka, Spring Eureka, okay. And whenever we will register our application, so you will see the application will be shown here, okay. So let's move here, okay. I pasted it, make it true, and same I have to copy in the department. Make it true, and after this fetch registry, we have to add one service URL, yeah. And in a service URL we have to add default zone, okay. Default zone, yeah. Skip. And after that, site client here, instance host name, and here we have to provide the host name. Currently our host name is a local host. When we will move in the prod or any other environment, then we have to pass the host name here, okay. So currently we are using the local host, so the local host will be there. So just copy whole thing and paste in the department also, okay. We are already in department, so come paste in the user also, okay. Then after, we have to do one more thing, like we have to give this microservice as a name which by which our Eureka server will identify this service. So for this thing we have to use Spring application and name. So for this is the user service, so I'm just passing user and user service, okay, and same copy and paste in the department. Change it to department, okay. So what we change here, we add this properties here, where we defined our Eureka property and we define our application name. This one is a department service and other one is a user service. So I'm just running this application, okay. Before running this application, we have to enable Eureka client, okay. This one is a Eureka server, okay. This one is a Eureka server, and our other microservices will annotated with enable Eureka client. So we made changes in the user service, same we have to do in our department microservice. So I enable Eureka client, and yeah, so and one more thing, like for intercommunication between the microservices, we see the two way. First one is a REST template, second one is a Fiend client. Okay, so firstly I will show you how you can be implement using the REST template. Okay, then I will show you how you can implement with the Fiend client. For this, like okay, let me first show you it is registered or not. So it's running, and when I refresh this, so you will see the department services register with the Eureka. Okay, let me run the user service also. Okay, so it's also running. Let me show you the user service and department service, both are registered here, and we can see this is working this is work on the port number 9001, and user service will be run on the 9002. Okay, if we will use the load balancer and make other port also for the user service, so in the comma separated you will see all the services here. So both are the up. Now what we have to do in the okay, so if I will try to one more thing I have to change. Now our service name here in the YML file, here in the department, what we have to do, we have to make a change here, the department service. Okay, now we don't need to use this localhost colon 9001. We will just paste department service here. Okay, when I will run this, currently I am using the Fiend client. Okay, so firstly I will show you how you can use Fiend client with the Eureka server, then I will show you REST template with the Eureka server. So okay, it is started. When I will okay, in a department we don't have to check this. Okay, we have to check this one. So let me post here. So it's added. When I will try to get where we consume the department microservice, when I will run this, so it is throwing error of 500 internal server error. If you will see the error here, you will see this is showing like java.net unknown host exception department service. Okay, so for this thing, what we have to do in our Fiend client, we don't need this URL now. Okay, we don't need this thing. Okay, we just comment this. Okay, and okay, I'm not commenting this one, I'm not using only. Okay, so here I'm just remove this URL. Okay, and here I have to copy from here department service and department, that I have to pass inside the name section. Okay, rest thing will be remain same. When I will run this, Okay, uh, firstly post the data. Okay, now get, and you see like it's working fine, right? Our user detail is coming and our department microservice is consuming also with this API. Okay, so this is by using the Fiend client you can implement this Eureka server like this. But in the case of REST template, there is some changes and some configuration you have to do. That also I am showing you. Like, let me uncomment this. Okay, REST template, and inside the service, yeah. Uh, just uncomment this one also, and let me comment this and use the REST template that we have to import. Okay, now we can copy here from the YML. We just copy this department service and just change here. Okay, and like what you have to do in the case of the REST template, you have to use the load balance annotation here. Okay, let me run this again. In the case of the REST template, we have to tell that it will be the load balanced. So that thing I want to show you. Okay, post it and get. So yeah, it's also working fine. So like, yeah, by this what we did here, we don't need to pass the port number in our parameter, right? We are passing the name of the department service. We don't need what port this department service is working on. Okay, which one is the available port when we are load balancing. That time we don't take care of the which port is available for the department service or any other service. We register our department microservice with this particular name which we given inside the YML file, this one, user service, and in a department we give the name as a department service, right? So this name is identify that this is the microservice and we have to communicate with this microservice. We don't need to know about what port is running.